Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Daniela and today we'll continue with Last This Time, the first episode of the third season. In the last episode, a lot of things happened. Jack, Sawyer, Kate, and Hurley got captured because, of course, they were. I wasn't expecting anything else. Henry is their leader, the others, and he made a deal with Michael. In exchange of the survivors, Michael got Waldback and the fishing boat, which good for them. I don't know how useful that is because, like in the ocean, because when Michael, Jean, and Sawyer were on that raft, the same boat came to them with full of others, but one of them said that didn't came from far away because it's a fishing boat and can stand the ocean. So I don't know, but yeah, Harry, the leader, of course he was. He took Jack, Kate, and Sawyer, but let Hurley go to kind of be the messenger and tell them not to come there. So now Hurley is alone in the jungle trying to survive, going back. Desmond and John teamed up trying to prove that the button there is useless. Like what they are doing, pressing the numbers, putting in the numbers and pressing the button and stopping that alarm is for nothing. Echo tried to stop them because they locked themselves in the computer room. Echo took a dynamite and tried to blow the door open. Didn't work out as he thought he would. So they, you know, John and Desmond continue their waiting. But apparently something is going on. Pressing that button is doing something. Um, when the alarm started, things went crazy. That whatever it is behind that wall started to, I don't know, gain more power. Kind of all metal things started piling up there. So, as a last resort, Desmond went under the bunker and switched that key, and things apparently are okay now. But there was like a bright light, the sky was violet, and this kind of magnetic noise was all over the island. So I don't know if things gonna change from now on. I have no idea. But with that, John realized that he was wrong. Um, they do have to push the buttons in. I don't know if anymore or they were supposed to push the buttons till now. I know the first season and this season were like a journey of John believing, stop believing, believing again. So it's cool. Um, he was talking about like fate, that it was his fate, and Desmond also was talking about fate, that they were meant to meet each other. I had this thought um, last night. I couldn't quite sleep and I start thinking about Last because that helps me sleep. Um, I was thinking if it was actual fate, because as I see, me kind of means that your whole life was already planned and you are just following that path. Free will is, you just make your own choices. But in John's case, I feel that he was too much influenced by the island to be called fate. Like, he had his dream about the plane and bone crashing, and of course it came from the island, so that was a big influence. Then when he stopped believing, the island made Echo bring John back to the right path. So I don't know if it was actually fate. I feel that the island was too much involved into this. It was like a divine intervention to be fate that made John, be where he was in the last episode. I don't know. I haven't thought much about it. It's just something that it came to me, and that's it. I don't know. But we saw more of Desmond's past when he got to the island. How was he spending his time there with Kelvin and being kind of tricked into staying inside the bunker, believing that something bad is going on outside, and that he might be the one that crashed the plane. I mean, not necessarily crashed it, but because of the electromagnetism that was released at that time, the plane started malfunctioning. Also, Penny is still looking for Desmond, apparently. I said that she was looking for the island, but apparently I was wrong. She was just looking for Desmond. She got this call from the two, I don't know, scientists at the North Pole, and they say that they might have found it. It's still kind of strange to me why they said it and why on their computer appeared some electromagnetism fluctuation or something like that, and because of that they called Penny if they were looking for Desmond. Maybe it was because of the plane crash. She knows that I'm pretty sure she knows, and everyone else knows that the plane crashed because it passed some time and the people on there didn't came back. And maybe somehow she knows that at the time that the plane crashed, or at the day that the plane crashed, there was also electromagnetism fluctuation something, and based on that she is, because I think maybe they kind of pinpoint where it happened and where the plane was headed, like the road, not the road, the path of the plane. And with the electromagnetism thing, they tried to find the exact location where the airplane might have crashed, but they needed more precise, and they were expecting another fluctuation so they can, make a more precise guess of where the plane might have crashed. Is that it? Because, like, if it wasn't the island, I don't know why else would they look for electromagnetism. I don't know. Anyway, as usual, I got something to drink. The episode is ready to start, so without further ado, let's do this. Ooh! Anna!
I burnt my hand. And my muffins.
I know the host picks the book, but seriously, Julie, he wouldn't read this in the damn bathroom.
Well, Adam.
Stephen King.
I am the host, and I do pick the book.
Carrie.
This is my favorite book. Here I am thinking that free will still actually exists on... Whoa. Doorway, get into the doorway.
They're on the island. So his name is Ben.
Goodwin! You run, you can make that shore in an hour. Ethan, get up there to that fuselage. There may actually be survivors, and you're one of them. A passenger, you're in shock. Come up with an adequate story if they ask. Stay quiet if they don't. Listen, learn, don't get involved. I want lists in 3 days. Go.
Thank God they are living in tents. Worse than the survivors.
Where are Sawyer and Jack?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you just take a nice hot shower? Wake yourself up. Wash the day off you and start fresh.
I'm not showering in front of you.
Kate, you're not my type.
So, I mean, I get what he is implying, but he's still a stranger. A snake with 6 heads? Man. So it's an animal. This looks like cages. And that looks like a training mechanism for animals. I'm guessing this is like a animal station. This is where the shark came and the polar bear.
Son of a bitch! You look pretty.
Where's your lawyer?
I fired him. I'm sorry for pushing us to this place. I know that
He's trying to get back together with her.
Jack, I'm gonna say this as simply as I can.
What's his name?
Jack, stop.
I'm not gonna stop.
Tell me what his name is. I want to know who he is. I just want to know
If he's better than
the
you,
name of the man that is with my wife.
let it go. She cheated.
Tell me where my friends are!
I will. If you let go of the chain.
You think I'm stupid?
I don't think you're stupid, Jack. I think you're stubborn.
Sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to put those on, Kate.
And if I don't?
And you don't get any coffee.
Yeah. Got me.
A little tighter.
His lip scars, cuts, makes him look like he has snake bites, and I love that.
I gave you the dress so you'd feel like a lady. And I wanted you to eat your food with a real live fork.
Because clothes.
You'd have something nice to hold on to. Because, Kate, the next 2 weeks are going to be very unpleasant.
It's over. Not until I know his name, where he works, where he lives, when they first kissed. I want to know what it is about him. Why is Sarah calling you, Dad?
Because she was afraid, Dad. For you.
I want to know exactly why the hell she would
She
call
could see that you were slipping.
I think I know a little something about being obsessive.
No. Being a drunk is not obsessive.
Let it go, Jack.
If you're trying to talk to me, I can't hear you.
Let it go, Jack.
His father.
I want you to tell the guy who's trying to talk to me through that intercom that he can give it up.
That intercom hasn't worked in years. You can trust me, Jack.
No.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
What the hell is going on here?
Hey, what are the people like from your plane?
Oh, they're just awesome. Last one of you boys came for a visit, got tortured by our Iraqi. He tortured me, too.
Subject escaped.
Hey!
Subject escaped. Subject escaped.
Run that
Subject
way.
escaped.
Hold on. You run that way.
So it's... How does that work? It has electricity.
Say it, Carl.
Sorry. I know it feels like you're giving up. Like you're losing if you do anything that I ask you to. You're not.
Let's take out the epidural catheter and get him started on a PCA.
Is that Tom?
Give me the phone. This is not the place for this.
You must be Jack. Why don't you, grab a chair and join us?
You know me.
Yes.
What'd you tell him about me, Dad? That your son never really had it? I didn't have the will to make it work?
My life, my job, my marriage. What'd you tell him about my marriage, Dad?
Your father has been sober 50 days now. We're very proud of that.
I will not let you talk to
I
me.
will
Just-
not let you sleep with my wife.
Jack, I'm your father. Jack, please, just let it go.
Open the door.
I can't, Jack. I do that, we die. I'm not.
Open the door!
She's telling the truth, Jack. I will kill her.
Okay.
Okay. Have her open the door and she dies anyway.
That's their plan. Not to die. For her to gain his trust. There's a lot of them. Was a bear cage?
Scratched you up pretty bad, didn't they? I'll bring you some antiseptic later.
That's not a scratch. I think she tried to get out of them.
We're underwater, aren't we?
Yes.
Is this one of their stations, the Dharma Initiative?
They called it the Hydra.
So you people are just whatever's left over of them.
Well, that was a long time ago. It doesn't matter who we were. It only matters who we are. I know your father died in Sydney. I know this because I have a copy of his autopsy report.
What is that?
This, Jack, is your life.
Do you know about my ex-wife?
Sarah.
I need to know who he is.
It doesn't matter who he is, it just matters who you're not. Your father, he called me to help you. He was so drunk I could hardly understand him. Look at the bright side. Now you have something to fix.
Is she happy?
Yes, Jack, she's very happy.
Good work, Juliet.
Thank you, Ben.
So that was a thing. That was the first episode of the third season, and it was quite interesting. Really interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the past, so we get that out of the way. It was about Jack and his hardship of letting Sarah go, move on. She wanted a divorce, of course, but he didn't. He tried his best to reconciliate, but then he also wanted to know who was the man that, I don't know, took Sarah from him. He wanted to know his name and all about him, probably because, again, he felt that he failed and he didn't do enough, and it was something that he couldn't fix. But then also try to blame his father and accused his father of having a relationship with his ex-wife, and that went a bit too far. Jack attacked his father and then ended up in jail. I know his father is not the best, but I don't think he deserved, at least in this situation, to be treated like this. And also, I don't think he would ever do that to his son. Again, I know their relation wasn't the best. He wasn't the best. But I don't think he would go that far. He had his, problems with alcohol and, treating Jack the way he did, especially when he was younger. But I don't think he would have ever hurt Jack like that. At some point, because his father, for some reason, couldn't find any other name to call Ana Lucia but Sarah, I think there's gonna be a misunderstanding somewhere. Or there maybe was, because it's the past, but I don't know. It was weird for Christian to call Ana Lucia Sarah, and not go a bit further with this thing. Christian also tried to be sober. It worked for 50 days, but then, the whole thing with Jack happened and he relapsed. This was before he was fired from the hospital. So that's even more even more sad. Yeah. But in the present, with Jack, Sawyer, and Kate, they were separated, brought to this station, the Hydra station, um, which is like some zoo. There were animals there, definitely experiments on them with bears and sharks and dolphins. And now, it makes more sense why there was a polar bear on a tropical island. It's not just, magical creature, but escaped from that station. But Sawyer was locked in a bear cage, treated like an animal, literally, with that whole thing with the food there. Kate was put in. I mean, they let her take a shower, give her this dress so she can feel like a lady. I don't know why, but it bothers me, honestly. And she had breakfast, apparently, with Ben. His name is Ben something. Not Henry. Um, will be kind of hard not to call him Henry because I kind of got used to it, but now I have to get used calling him Ben. So apparently, I don't know what's the long-term plan for them, but apparently the next 2 weeks won't be that great. I don't know what he meant by that. I mean, whatever the time they spend there won't be great, so don't know why exactly 2 weeks. I don't know if they're gonna let them go after that, after they do whatever they were brought there to do. But then she was put in the cage next to Sawyer, in front of him, and of course, Jack, on the other hand, was brought into this aquarium without water, locked in there. Julie, new character, is giving him food or, try to talk to him, know more about him, which it wasn't necessary, but I do feel it's part of a bigger plan to make him trust her, make him trust her. Point. Period. First of all, she apparently, and all the rest, I guess, especially Ben, but she had this big dossier full of informations about Jack. And in the beginning, I thought that, yeah, maybe she's just making that up. But then, she brought up informations that you can't quite find. Like on island, like where he studied, how finishing the college 1 year earlier, being married with Sarah and him not wanting to get a divorce. I think because Jack told her that he was in Sydney because to bring back his father because he's dead. The part with the autopsy of his father can be quite made up because again, he's dead, and of course there would have been an autopsy record. Also, she knew the name of his ex-wife Sarah, and he was asking her if she's happy, and she said, "Yeah, sure, of course she's happy. She's the best." I don't know. But this makes me think that they have access to the outside world. They are not quite, on a remote island and they don't know anything about the outside world. They don't have any contact, which is weird. Like, if you have this opportunity to get out of the island, why wouldn't you? What is so special? I mean, the island is special, and maybe definitely they know that. Maybe someone is sick or something, or they are all sick, and they gather there, and the island is keeping them alive, like what happened with Rose with her cancer, and John with his legs. And maybe if they lived the island, I don't know. But she did say that apparently these others, they were apparently part of Dharma some time ago, and I guess something happened. They didn't agree to something and they split, and then they formed this group, and maybe more people got added to them. They don't live so poorly. Goddamn, nice houses, food. They have like pipes for water, and because I think Ethan was the one that was trying to fix the pipes there. They live like in a really nice neighborhood there. They have their own little city, like community. And yeah, they saw the plane crashed, and that's how it all started. But yeah, I do believe there is a plan for Sawyer and Jack and Kate. Right now, I think they focus on Jack. And again, I do believe she's trying to gain his trust, asking all kinds of questions, telling him about Sarah, but also with that part with the water when Ben ran away, leaving Juliet behind. I think I said Julie, but her name is Juliet. Leaving her behind, kind of. I think she's gonna act like she's being forced to do this, whatever they are doing, and you saw he let me die or something. I know. Again, I feel there's something where Jack is. Apparently there's more underwater, but I don't remember seeing anything on the island, on the map. There's the arrow, the medical station. I think the other one is Flame, the Swan, and two others that have no name but also don't seem like a functional station. I honestly don't know where the station is, because it's pretty big. There was the one that Said found that wasn't actually a station, but I get whether that is between the medical station and the arrow. But this one, I don't know. Could it be like on I don't know. Because where they live is not necessarily near, but is the same place, the same island that um, the the survivors are. Could there be other little islands or somewhere? I don't know. Well, next episode, really liked it. Um, not many characters, few of them, but really interesting. Well, I think this is all I have to say about this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. I will see you next time. Bye.